First kisses and first relationships are always just whack, dog. Here's a story of mine. This is like 2020. So right in between like COVID and everything, I was going to my freshman year of high school. And if you don't know how like class lineups are going, like how they go, if you miss, like if you log on 5 minutes late, all the good classes are gone. So little freshman me was naive to that fact. And I was like, you know what? I could just wait like a little 2 hours, like 2 hours later to sign up for class. So I go onto the website to go sign up to classes, and I needed one of my elective classes. And the only thing available was drama. I'm an awkward freshman year old freaking kid. I hated people. I was like, oh frick. Like, I want to say I was nerdy, but I was definitely shy, and that kind of stuck with me throughout high school. I got forced to a drama, and I was pissed. Like, I didn't want to go up on stage, and like I heard all these drama kids like put on makeup, and I'm like, I'm a dude. I don't want to put on freaking makeup and do it. So I go to the front office and everything, and the front office is like, tough luck, kid. You're doing drama, and just everything else is full. And I'm just like, fuck. So I kind of just stuck with it. First day of drama, I walk in, and I was shy as frick. Like, drama was in the auditorium, and if you haven't been like our high school auditorium was nice. It could easily fit a few hundred people, and I sat in the very top right for class, and our class was only like 30 people. So our drama teacher, Mr. Spain, not his real name of course, because I'm gonna censor it a little bit, but our drama teacher, Mr. Spain, he was like, dog, no, get your butt down here. So he dragged me down to the cluster right in front of the stage where everyone else was supposed to, well, where we were supposed to sit, and ended up sitting right next to one of my baseball teammates. And I was like, all right, breathe. At least I have someone I know ish in this class. So throughout this semester, it was honestly better than I expected, but it was still pretty bad. So my baseball teammate was low-key trying to hit up one of these girls that was sitting behind us. Her name was, what's the name? What name should I call her? Call her Juliet. So my teammate was low-key trying to get in the pants of Juliet. And Juliet had a friend named, I played this out in the van. I was going to call her friend Julia, but that's too close. Let's call her Casey. Let's call her friend Casey. So Juliet had her friend Casey. And of course, when my teammate was trying to get in the pants of Juliet, I'm just awkward because I don't want to be there. So I'm just on my freaking phone or something. And then all of a sudden, Casey, she's talking to me a little bit, right? Nothing insane. I think she was bored too. So she's talking to me a little bit, and I'm just reciprocating because, I mean, what else am I supposed to do? So the semester winds down, and we had to perform this play. This is not even part of the story. I just want to tell this story. So semester winds down, and we got to perform this play. And Mr. Spain was casting people to perform in this play that we had to perform in front of our parents. And I did not want to do it, of course, because I am me. I'm an introvert. So he was like, you can do tech. I was like, perfect. So I just did tech. So drama wasn't super bad. So we're working on that. But one day after class, Casey was like, yo, give me your number. Let's text. And I'm like, because like I didn't know what else to say. At that point, I didn't really know. Like, I knew she was pretty, but like I didn't know how to talk to girls or knew what flirting was. So I got Casey's number, and we started texting off and on for a good while. I think the first real memory I have texting her was, we live in this part of the United States when you get like a full 2 weeks off for potatoes. Guess where we're located, man? So we get 2 weeks off for potatoes, and I immediately left town. I went down to Phoenix to hang out with my family and, just chill and have fun. So that's the first time I remember texting her. I remember texting her in my aunt and uncle's spare bedroom while eating my freaking eating my pretzels. So I remember we're texting a good amount of time, good amount, and the semester ends a little bit after that, or trimester, sorry. And the new classes got posted, and I was talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to take drama again. And I just took drama. Drama wasn't the worst thing in the world. And I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll take drama again just to be around this chick. And I did it. So I took drama again, and we kept on just talking casually for a few more months. Nothing, nothing crazy. Yet haven't hung out outside of school or anything. And I remember this day super well. It was super awkward. It was like mid-December. It's like December 10th or something at this point. And I was on Fortnite, man. I was playing Fortnite and I was vibing, and I got a call from one of my bros. His nickname was Big D for obvious reasons, dog. So anyway, Big D gives me a call, and he's like, hey, man, Casey, one of our other friends, and my friend, his friend, I didn't know him well. His name was Tegan. We're all gonna go out and get some pizza and stuff. And I was like, man, I want to play Fortnite, but might as well branch out just a little bit. So I went out and we went out, and we didn't have our licenses at this point. So his mom dropped us all off at downtown in this pizza area, and we met up with the two girls and not Casey's mom, but her other friend's mom. Not Juliet, sorry, but someone else. So we're there at this pizza place, and I felt awkward as frick because my dumb freaking butt forgot to bring money. So I'm just hanging around the boys because I'm scared. And the girls ordered themselves pizza with the mom's card because the mom was there. And the mom kept on offering me food because I didn't bring money and she felt bad. But I just felt awkward, dog. So I didn't really eat. I just kind of hung around awkwardly around Big D and just kind of chilled. So eventually, we wrap up there, right? And Big D and Tegan have this great idea to go scare one of their friends. I didn't know this friend, so it was awkward to me. And then Casey and her friend knew this mutual friend of theirs, and I didn't know him at all. So we're going to scare this kid. We're gonna apparently jump down the little window wells and break into his bedroom. That was the plan. And of course, since I didn't know the kid and I was awkward as frick, I was the last guy down there, right? Because I'm scared. So, last guy down to the house. Forgot to mention the mom gave us a ride there, of course, because, So, of course, didn't know this kid. I was the last kid, the wrap around, get behind the house. And his dad opens and points a shotgun at me. And he's like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm with them. Because, I was young. I had no idea what I was doing. I was scared. So the dad goes back inside and alerts his son. I don't even know the kid's name. I haven't seen the kid since. But I think Big D and Tegan, they had fun. And the girls too. But I was tripping. I just had a shotgun pointed at me. So we were doing all of that. And it was all within kind of the downtown area. And eventually Big D was like, hey, let's go back to my place and let's make some cookies. So Casey was like, sure, bet. I'm like, okay, cool. Because Big D's was right next to my house, and I was kind of ready to just go home and play Fortnite, to be honest. So we go back to Big D's place, and we just kind of chill. We make some cookies, we yap, and then we had a bright idea to go. Sorry about that. Someone just rang the door. But anyway, we had a bright idea to go sing Christmas carols because it was mid-December. So me and Casey, we go out, and it's the most romantic freaking crap you've ever seen. Because it's starting to snow. Adds that light little layer to it. It's so pure and clean, and the street light was just illuminating. It was dark. It was very pretty, and it was one of those most stereotypical TikTok videos of the couples dancing, dancing in the snow. It was just like that, and I just remember it was just pretty. So we start caroling, and we're horrible because I'm a teenage boy going through puberty, and that was most of the group. It was just 3 teenage boys going through puberty, and the 2 girls who I don't remember if they were good, but the 2 girls. So we're doing that, and eventually I was like, shoot, because you know how I said Big D's house was close to mine? We're getting closer to my house, and I honestly didn't want to Carol to my parents, cause awkward. So we're getting close to my house, and I'm just like, hey, we should be done for the night, you know? We don't need to go keep on caroling. And Big D, he knows where I live. He's like, nah. We got to get down to the corner. And I'm just like, are you sure, man? Because I don't really want to. And Big D was like, nah, we're doing it. And one thing you should know about Big D is he is big. Like, he will demand. So, we're walking up to my front door, and he grabbed me by the shirt, and he's just dragging me up the steps. Well, we have a ramp because my sister's disabled, but dragging me up the ramp. And Casey, she's excited because Big D told her it's my house. So she was excited to just embarrass me and crap. So, Big D drags me up the ramp, and they knock. And I kind of slink to the back next to Tegan. Tegan and I kind of give each other that nod. And right when my parents opened up the door, we bolt. Tegan and I just didn't want to be there. We just bolted to the side of my house and just instantly just lie down in the snow. So Big D and Casey and her friend finished up the carol or whatever. And they came looking for us. So pretty much they found us eventually, right? Like, I was laying down in the snow, they found us because of course they did. So we make our way back to Big D's house, and Casey, she's like, I'd be so honest. I told my parents I was gonna stay in town. And we lived in the suburbs of our city. So we're a little out. And we're just like, oh, well shoot, what are they gonna do about it? Kind of deal. Because we don't have a car, the other mom left when she dropped us off at Big D's house. We're just like, whatever, cool. So we went to Big D's house, and we're just chilling, we're talking, we're eating the cookies from earlier, and then we hear a bang, 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 and a very upset dad came barging to the house with the freaking Kool-Aid man, grabs Casey, and they dip. That was pretty much the end of our first hangout or date, whatever you want to call it, but that was memorable. It was great. The next day of school, next school day, I'm just like, yo, what happened? And she's like, yeah, I got grounded. I'm just like, cool. And she's like, yeah, no phone, no nothing for a few days. And I'm just like, that sucks. So, and during that time, and after she got grounded, after her grounding was over, and of course at school, we just kept on talking, and sorry about that. And we became closer. Looking back on it, it definitely wasn't love. It was definitely just like, I don't know. It was definitely more sexual, just attraction. I don't know, dog. But anyway, we came closer. And eventually she was like, do you like me? I'm just like, yeah. This is all over text because we're just too awkward in person, right? And she's like, oh, cool. I like you too a little bit. And I'm just like, oh, let's go. I didn't know what to feel because I was just so young, and I just didn't understand crap. So now we're at the weirder stage of talking, of that, like, you both have feelings for each other, but like, you're not official yet. But everyone else is just pretty much just calling you official, even though you're not official, and you only really hung out once. Because if you don't have a car, it's a little rough, especially in the city we're at. So we just keep on yapping, and eventually the Valentine's Day dance comes rocking up, and she's like, hey, do you want to go with me? And I'm just like, nah, dog, I'm a pussy. I'm not gonna go to a Valentine's Day dance. And she's like, oh, she was disappointed, but like, she was like, oh, in that case, I'm just gonna go for my group of friends. And I'm just like, yeah, sure, go for it. And during that time, there's this another dude that he knew we were talking a little bit, but he wanted Casey. He really wanted Casey bad. So he was talking to me, and he's like, dude, should I like make all these moves on Casey? And I'm just like, sure, dog, whatever. I don't really care. Cause like, this was before, like, we weren't really official, but we like both liked each other. In hindsight, I probably should have cared a little bit more because I probably should have cared a little bit more. But he decided to go to the dance, not with her, but separate with his own group of friends, right? And Casey and I had a plan that she was gonna go to the dance after school because our school system was weird. Anyway, she was gonna go to the dance after school, which was gonna be held right after school because none of us could really drive still. They pretty much separate our school from the kids who can't drive to the kids who can drive. So even though we were in high school, we were still in the junior high. So anyway, she decided to go to the dance after that happened right after school, and I was like, perfect. I can walk to the store, which is a few miles away, and buy her all these flowers. I can buy her candy. I can write her like a little note. And the plan afterwards was we're gonna go over to my buddy's house, and we're gonna go watch a movie at his place after in the evening. So I go to the store, I pick up flowers, I pick up chocolate. I read this really like sweet note about how she's maybe happier, and I wouldn't say it changed my life, but all of this cute romantic stuff. And I dropped it off at my friend's house, and I arranged it cutely. I tried just a little bit. So I arranged it, got it done, and I walked back to the school to pick her up so we can walk back together. And it's the middle of February. It was freezing rain. There was snow and ice on the ground. It was miserable, and it took me a while, but we got there. So I get into the lobby of the school, and this dude runs out, and he's like, guess what? Guess what? And I'm just like, what's up? And he's like, I kissed her. And I'm just like, what? And he's like, yeah, I kissed Kaylee. And I'm just like, like I was of loss of words. And then he ran off excitedly because dude got some action. Good for him. So Kaylee comes out, and she's ashamed. She's like, he kissed me. I didn't want it. I promise. I pulled away. We're just kind of in the mosh pit next to each other, and he pulled me in, and he kissed me. And I'm just like, oh, all right, cool. And most of the walk to my buddy's place was a little awkward because, like, I was still processing. I still really liked this girl for what I knew, but I was just awkward and didn't know what to do. But eventually, we kind of warmed up and started laughing and joking again. And when I got to my buddy's place, I led her into my buddy's room because they had a big family and not a lot of space. So we did most of our hanging out in my friend's room. So I led her to my friend's bedroom and showed her all the cute things I bought for her. And she was grateful, of course. And she gave me a little hug, and we kind of just started watching a show. And since like we're hanging out in my friend's bedroom, it was a queen size bed and a couple chairs around it. So we kind of just got on top of the bed and we started watching our show. Eventually, we kind of got to take a break. Like my friends left the room, and we were just standing up, just walking around because we were watching the show for like an hour or two, and we needed to stretch. And we're kind of in the back corner by the closet, and we're getting close because we were just in bed together without having sex, which is impressive for a freaking horniest freshman. So we're next by the closet, and the closet door was a little open, so we just kind of stepped in, and she kissed me. And I've never kissed a girl before, and like in movies you see like the people tilt their heads just a little bit, and I was like, what's that for? I don't understand why. So I kept my head straight, and I quickly understood why you tilt your head. I just smashed my head against hers, and it was crazy, dog. So anyway, we kind of make out a little bit, right? Nothing crazy, and I wouldn't even consider it making out because it was just a lot of kissing fast, no tongue or anything. And we were in there, and my friends came back to into the room, and they noticed the closet door was closed, and they noticed like the noises. And I gotta respect my friends, dog. Like if that happened to me, I would be pissed. But they were super chill about it, and I'm grateful. And pretty much we became official that day. And she says, no matter what, I'll be her first kiss. I think that's a lie now because we broke up. She broke up with me, but that's a different story. But that's how I kind of met my first girlfriend.